As the morning sun rose, a young woman named Emily decided to go to the local Walmart to shop for her needs. That day, the weather was gloomy, and a gentle wind sent shivers down her spine. When she stood in front of Walmart, she felt a bit uneasy, but she stepped inside because she had things to buy. As she wandered through the store, an eerie silence hung in the air. The store, usually bustling with people, was nearly deserted. Only one cashier sat at the counter, and a strange-looking elderly woman was browsing the shelves. The sole customer, while Emily filled her shopping cart. She noticed that the expressions on the faces of the store employees were peculiar. She wanted to speak to one of them, but they seemed to be avoiding her. Suddenly, she heard a faint hissing sound coming from one of the shelves. She approached the sound and examined the shelf. Out of nowhere, a hand reached out from behind the shelf and grabbed Emily's arm. Emily screamed and tried to pull away, but the hand held her firmly. Eventually, a figure emerged from behind the shelf. It was a strange man with a pale face and a crooked smile. "Welcome, Emily," he said. Emily's heart began to race. She had never seen this man before, but he knew her name. She tried to escape, but the man held her tighter and leaned in closer, saying, "I can help you." Panic filled Emily's eyes, and any hope of getting help from a store employee seemed to vanish. Suddenly, the elderly woman approached the man and calmly said, "Don't harm her, let's finish this." At that moment, Emily realized she was being held by the elderly woman, and the strange man disappeared. The store returned to normal. The elderly woman smiled at Emily and said, "You're safe now, dear." Emily's eyes were wide with confusion as she watched the elderly woman vanish, and the store became crowded again. Emily spent the rest of the day wandering the store in a daze. Who was that elderly woman? And who was the strange man? What kind of mysterious event had occurred? She decided she would never look at Walmart the same way again, and quickly left the place. After that mysterious experience, Emily quickly left Walmart. She was still bewildered, with trembling hands as she drove her car. She wanted to go home, but those terrifying moments kept replaying in her mind. For several days, Emily tried to trace the origins of the strange occurrence. She used the internet for research but found nothing. It seemed like nobody else had experienced anything similar. However, one evening, a headline on her computer screen caught her attention. "Mysterious events haunt Walmart." The news reported that in recent days, many people had been experiencing similar bizarre incidents, and these events were happening at Walmart stores. Emily realized that her experience wasn't isolated. People were encountering strange figures and mysterious events. Emily decided to solve this mystery. She reached out to other store customers and attempted to find those who had experienced similar incidents. Over time, she connected with these individuals and started working together to uncover the mystery. Together with her new allies, they uncovered a hidden event from Walmart's past. They discovered that there was a secret experimental laboratory on top of the store building. The experiments conducted in this laboratory were run by secret organizations, and Emily and the other store customers were experiencing the mysterious events as byproducts of these experiments. As Emily and her friends attempted to expose this organization, they had to deal with hidden powers and intricate conspiracies. However, with determination, they managed to unveil the secret and put an end to the organization's activities. In the end, Emily and the others were able to return to a peaceful life, but the memory of the mysterious events they had encountered would never be forgotten. Walmart shopping was no longer just a routine task. It was also a reminder of the adventure they had experienced. Jack and Emily were on the road, taking a break in a small town after a long holiday journey. They were exhausted, and they decided to stop by the local Walmart to pick up some necessities. However, the serenity of the town and the apparent silence of Walmart gave them an eerie feeling that something was amiss. As they stepped inside the store, the atmosphere immediately changed. The normally bustling store was filled with an unsettling silence. Products on the shelves were in disarray and scattered on the floor, except for the echoing sound of their own footsteps. There was no other noise. Jack and Emily decided to continue their shopping, but with each passing minute, they felt increasingly uneasy. Their eyes caught a figure lurking among the aisles. This figure seemed to be hiding in the shadows and made them feel like they were constantly being watched. Even worse, they felt like they were getting lost inside the store. Despite turning corners and navigating the aisles, they kept ending up in the same spot. Moreover, they experienced strange moments that made them realize they were lost within the store. Suddenly, the lights in the store went out, and everything was plunged into darkness. Jack and Emily found themselves trapped in complete darkness as they walked in silence. They began to hear strange sounds. The sounds were whispers and moans, as if heralding the awakening of something never seen before in the store. When the lights came back on, Jack and Emily felt like they had entered an entirely different world within the store. The products were no longer what they had been before. The shelves were filled with blood-stained, rotten food and twisted figures. The constant feeling of being lost inside the store and encountering terrifying scenes took a toll on Jack and Emily's psyches. No matter how hard they tried, they couldn't find a way to escape from this horrific Walmart. Finally, they found themselves in complete darkness once again, and this time saw an exit. As they stepped outside, they returned to the normal appearance of the town, but the terrifying experience still haunted their minds. Jack and Emily could never forget this horrifying Walmart experience. They decided they would never stop in this town again, quickly driving away, leaving behind the memories of their nightmare-like encounter. As Jack and Emily sped away from the small town and the nightmarish Walmart, they were determined to leave the eerie experience behind. The memory of the bizarre events continued to haunt them, and they couldn't shake the feeling that something malevolent had taken hold of that store. Days turned into weeks, and the couple tried to move on with their lives, but the trauma of that night lingered. They decided to share their story with friends and family, hoping that someone could shed light on the strange occurrences they had witnessed. Most dismissed their tale as a figment of their imagination, blaming it on fatigue from their long journey. However, one evening, Jack received an anonymous email. It contained a link to a website that seemed to be dedicated to collecting stories of people who had encountered inexplicable phenomena. The stories were eerily similar to Jack and Emily's experience. It appeared that they were not alone in their ordeal. Jack and Emily decided to delve deeper into this mystery. They contacted some of the individuals who had shared their stories on the website and formed a small group dedicated to uncovering the truth behind these unsettling incidents. Together, they started gathering information, sharing their own experiences, and comparing notes. Through their investigations, they discovered that many of the Walmart stores involved in these strange events had something in common: a dark and mysterious history. They unearthed tales of unexplained disappearances, unsolved mysteries, and unsettling legends surrounding these stores. Their research led them to believe that something supernatural was at play, and these Walmarts were connected by a sinister force. They were determined to confront this malevolent presence and put an end to the terrifying occurrences. Their journey took them to a remote town, where the first Walmart of their investigation had been built. The group believed that uncovering the origins of this malevolent force was the key to stopping it once and for all. As they delved deeper into the town's history, they discovered a dark secret buried for centuries. A secret that would ultimately lead them to a final, spine-chilling confrontation. The group now stood on the precipice of a perilous journey, ready to face the unknown and confront the sinister force that had haunted their lives. But little did they know that the darkness they were about to encounter would push them to the limits of their courage and sanity as they ventured into the heart of the Walmart's malevolent mystery. For the townsfolk, Walmart had become a daily ritual for shopping. However, in recent times, strange things began to happen in this shopping center. People claimed to hear eerie sounds and catch glimpses of bizarre entities' shadows during their midnight shopping trips. On the day the incidents began, a woman named Lisa went to Walmart for some late-night shopping. The store was unusually quiet, and the flickering lights created an eerie atmosphere. Products on the shelves were haphazardly arranged, as if someone had thrown them around. As Lisa filled her shopping cart, she heard a faint rustling at the end of an aisle. She turned her attention in that direction and watched in astonishment as an empty shelf suddenly started shaking. Products began falling to the floor, and Lisa rushed towards the scene. But there was no one there, not a trace. After the incident, Lisa tried to explain what happened to one of the store employees, but they ignored her. She learned that many employees were aware of the strange occurrences, but kept quiet out of fear. During her next visit, Lisa decided to be more vigilant. However, the bizarre events continued to escalate. Products fell off shelves on their own. Unseen entities roamed the aisles, and eerie laughter echoed through the corridors. One night, Lisa ventured to the top floor of the store, where there was a section with a large mirror. As she approached the mirror, instead of her own reflection, she saw a terrifying figure. This figure started approaching her through the mirror, and Lisa's eyes widened in shock. She quickly stepped back, but the figure in the mirror continued to follow her. Suddenly, the mirror started flickering, and Lisa felt herself being drawn into a dark void. She screamed, and as the mirror returned to normal, she was gone. Lisa never set foot in that store again. She continued to hear stories of strange occurrences, and Walmart had become the center of these mysterious and terrifying events. The townsfolk now avoided midnight shopping trips, unwilling to confront these unknown horrors. While Walmart maintained its enigmatic nature, it had gained a reputation of fear in the town.